You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Baby Daddy After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Baby Daddy After Show. Baby got back.
So excited for this. Partying in here today.
Hello and welcome to Baby Daddy Season 2, Episode 3, The Wheeler and the Dealer. We're actually going to be doing 2 episodes tonight, but we're going to start with this one. I am your host, Annika Michelle, and with me are my beautiful co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Anik Dufour.
Hi, I'm Kelli Taylor.
And it was a night of brand new episodes last night with Baby Daddy. They showed 2 brand new ones, and we're excited to talk about them with you guys. So let's start with the first one.
All right, let's do it. I'm pumped after that baby got back.
I have not heard that song in like years. I'm not gonna lie. It was good. It was good energy to go get it going. Well, the first thing in this episode was Ben tries to get Danny an endorsement deal with Okira OK, like Japanese, I think it was soda.
Yes.
It was an energy drink.
Energy
Yeah.
drink. Oh, okay.
And I've had that Akira OK in my head for the past day.
Me too. I've been saying that too.
Akira OK. Yeah. But as you know, like Danny's manager is his mom, and Ben's like, oh, I can do a better job, like whatever, and he kind of like gets him this endorsement deal. What you guys think about that?
I think he should definitely leave the managing to his mom.
Yeah.
We saw that in the episode last night. My favorite part was when they were practicing and he had taken all of these drinks of this energy drink without spitting them out or without using water or anything else, and then they get to the set and the lady who was the rep, she's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna use water.
Right.
Don't drink more than 2.
Yeah, and he's already drank like so much by that point.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I think it's because they didn't know that it was like energy drink.
Yeah, I don't think they did. I think they thought it was just like a soda.
It was like a soda. So
like a Japanese soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just hilarious when he just passed out.
Done.
Yeah.
They clearly didn't read the label
Right.
until later on.
But granted, it was like probably in another language. Mm-hmm. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt.
It's because Ben went up to say it says, what is this warning? What does this mean?
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, but it was funny anyway.
It was good. I liked it. I liked that it was called Okira OK, or that's what he kept having to say in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
It was Okiro, right?
Okiro?
And then he's like, okay. Like,
yeah. It just made me laugh. Whatever. He could do that all day. It's fine. But yeah, he decided to get him this endorsement deal, and then in the end, it kind of backfired on him, on Ben and Danny.
Mm-hmm. I think he should have, not even gone through with it. They talked to Bonnie, and she actually had the meeting with
the guy,
the person who did who was head of Okira.
Yeah, CEO or
the head.
Yeah.
So she spoke with him, and after that, she didn't like it, and she said no. And I think her mistake was actually, I don't know how Ben ended up with the contract. Taking the contract, I guess, was her mistake because she was careless with it, and then he picked it up.
And he's like, I have an idea, and here, I'm going to do this for you, because Danny was bummed.
Yeah.
Of course. Because he's like, I'm going to be a bit... I love the line, he's like, I'm going to be huge in Japan, and Ben's like, you're huge everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I don't get is, like, he's, like, a hockey player, and he plays for the Rangers. Don't they have, like, away games?
Yeah,
and like he's always there. I don't understand. Like, does he have practice? Like, when does he practice?
When does he
off
go?
season?
Always off season? I don't understand.
I just find it weird, as you know.
and like another thing, I've gone to like hockey games, and hockey players are not that tall. I'm not complaining. I love that he's that tall and amazing, but basketball would have made more sense in my head.
Right.
But I guess like basketball would have also been too obvious because he is like 6'5".
Yeah.
So like I can't. Hockey players are not that tall. I have not seen that tall of a hockey player.
I have a question. I'm not I don't know that much about hockey. Is where I'll start.
Okay.
So the Rangers, is that something that they made up, or is that a
No, it's a real team.
Oh, is it a real team?
a professional NHL team?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
So
I'm
then
I'm
that
Canadian.
brings me
Yeah.
to my next point. Why is he settling for Okiro?
I know. I
If
think
you're
that's
playing
what the
for
whole.
this big team.
Right.
Shouldn't you have like a Nike endorsement or something big in the United States?
I think that's what Bonnie was trying to like come to too. You know, he doesn't need to settle because he's, you know,
kind of bigger than
yeah,
what he thinks.
yeah.
that was definitely settling. Like,
Yeah.
we've never heard of this product before. It wasn't even Red Bull. It's like Okiro.
Okay, I didn't know it was a real team. I thought it was something that they probably just made up.
No, it's a real hockey team.
Okay, well,
New
good
York
to know.
Rangers. Yeah.
Good to know. Oh yeah, because it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah, he's drinking it. But yeah, good to know. Then, well, hopefully we'll see some more things with Danny playing hockey coming up, like in future episodes.
Yeah, like, you know, go to a game or something.
Or other guys maybe, like, so we know what the rest of the hockey team looks like.
Yeah.
Not just him.
I guess that is a little weird that he's always around and he's a professional player.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe it is off season because time is not going too fast in the show if you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think it's supposed to be like the next day and another adventure, you know. But
we'll leave it at that.
yeah. Moving on. So, gosh, I always want to call them by their real names. Riley gets a volunteer position as a candy stripper. Candy
stripper.
God.
Candy
Not a
stripper.
candy stripper. No.
How do you do that? Or is her name Candy the stripper?
Wait, no, that's not what she did. That would be like, can you imagine going around the hospital and like stripping? But no, that's not what she did. This is a PG show. She got volunteered as a candy striper at a hospital with Tucker, who decided to think it'd probably be fun to play dress up and play doctor.
Right. And then the funny thing is that everybody believes that he's a doctor.
Oh, full
That
on
was so
believes
funny.
him.
Yeah.
He looks like a little kid. Like, not a
I
little
know.
kid, but do you know what I mean? Like, a kid playing dress up.
Yeah, I know. This is like so fast forward, but towards the very, very end of it, when he was on the ledge talking to Danny, I believe,
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm on call."
It's like, hello, and like,
He pulled
what?
out a pager. I'm like, "You're acting. You are not a real doctor." But I thought it was funny that Riley
Yeah.
felt like she was in competition with Fitch because she wanted to have a more important volunteer type job.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, she was pushing around magazine cards.
Yeah.
Which
and she wanted to
magazine do you
save.
want?
She wanted to save somebody's life. She's like, please let me just save somebody's life. And,
Well, in the end, that's sort of.
well, I mean, he wasn't really.
He wasn't done.
because
But-
Tucker had like a fake stethoscope.
Right.
You should still be
That he
able to
got-
hear on a fake stethoscope.
think
I've heard
so.
like on a Fisher Price
Yeah.
stethoscope before.
And so I don't know, like maybe
Or
he's
just
going
hold a
deaf.
pulse. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think she just wanted another reason to probably kiss him, and I don't blame her.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was funny to me that competition thing with Fitch brought that out. Who Fitch was not in this episode. He's off in Africa or something.
Doing
some
Digging
kind of-
more
yeah.
wells or something. She
Finding
said.
his like long, I don't know what he's doing. Some kind of amazing volunteer work that she can never match up to. But yeah, so she's like, I'm gonna pass around magazines in a cute little outfit at the hospital. I just thought that was cute.
Do they even still wear those outfits? I don't even
I
know.
kind of want to know because if they do, I might.
You want to be a candy stripper?
Candy stripper in the hospital. No, but that's a cute outfit though. Like if you think about it, I mean, for things, I mean, as opposed to the full on like, you know,
Right.
you're going to surgery like mask and everything that they have in there. That's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Out of all the choices you could be wearing,
I'm glad that you want to volunteer because the outfit's cute.
you know, it takes a volunteer, right?
Yeah. But sorry.
Oh, go on. No, go on.
I was just going to say, while she was actually volunteering, we did kind of skim past this where Danny actually got hurt
He did
on
yeah.
the set at the
Okiro
shoot. Yeah.
Well, because he fell. He just passed out.
Hmm.
Yeah, from all the crazy shots that he took.
Yeah. So then they brought him into the hospital, and
That-
lo and behold, the only 2 people you can find,
Of course.
Tucker and Riley.
And conveniently, the elevator breaks or doesn't, function for a moment.
Well, because she's pushing all the buttons, and he's like, "Stop pushing all the buttons. It's gonna stop the elevator." And it like stopped the elevator. And then she's like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta call somebody." And then like he's like putting his little thing on, and it's like trying to feel. It's like, I don't hear anything.
I love how, by the way, when that was going on, the nurse or whoever was like, only one family member at a time, and she like pushed the mom out.
I know.
And the mom's like, well, should the person who gave birth to the child be in here? And she's like, come out, only one family member. And she left the fake doctor and the candy striper in there with the patient. Like, she didn't even think like, maybe I should be in there. Like, nope, they pushed everyone out but these 2 people and Danny
Yeah.
on the bed.
I know. That was pretty funny.
I'm just happy that they all knew one another, because I don't think I will want someone straddling someone in order to give them CPR.
And
that
you
was very weird. So I'm happy they were all friends and it wasn't like weird, to
Yeah,
come to
yeah.
and just this stranger on top of you.
And usually when they do CPR, it's like nowadays, I do know this for a fact, everybody, nowadays they do not, if they have to give you mouth to mouth, whether they're a lifeguard or whatever, they don't really go mouth to mouth. Like they put like some kind of something, because they don't really want to go mouth, like legit skin
Right.
to skin, just in case somebody has something that can get transferred and it's kind of disgusting, or they're bleeding or something. There was nothing in between their lips. Let me just say that much. There was no protection going. There was no nylons. There was nothing. It was just her lips and his.
I think she really, because she likes him that much and because they're that close of friends, she just went all in.
Yeah.
But the fact that a kiss came out of it, I know she was very happy about that. But let's just talk about her and Danny. They drive me crazy.
Aw.
Why? Because they both pretended like they forgot.
Yeah.
I don't think they forgot.
I don't think she forgot.
I don't think either of them
did.
forgot.
No.
I think they were. I think what Riley was doing, just like last episode, was giving him a little rope to say, "Oh yeah, I like that kiss." But instead of just saying, we kissed.
Yeah.
They drive me crazy.
Like,
I
he's
want
not
them
like
to-
stepping up
Yeah,
as a man
acknowledge
and
one
saying
another.
like, hey, yeah, like we did this and I had fun. But he seemed excited when he was like, Riley, and he like opened his eyes and like grabbed her, and it was like his dream come true
And
or
he
something.
throws her off the.
Yeah.
And then she goes flying and
And
hits her head.
she gets a
and-
concussion
it's a
from
concussion
falling
and-
off a 2-foot stretcher.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Tucker, you could have caught her. You're the doctor here. Come on now. And he's just standing there like, all right.
I liked when Tucker was playing with the latex gloves. And then he like ballooned them up. And he's like, look what I made. I'm going to cut the fingers off and make my own condoms. It's like, really?
Like a 5-year-old.
How does that work?
I don't
I don't want to
know.
know.
I don't know. But yeah, they were in the end sitting, and both of them, like she said, didn't acknowledge, or like,
Oh, there he goes.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
he made the
Right on time.
yeah, neither of them acknowledged the fact that they like remember the kiss. They're like, oh yeah, I remember everything. Or like, I think Riley said something like, oh yeah, I'll tell Fitch, but maybe not everything. She said something like that.
And that's what made me think that she actually knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Because she did say that. She's like, I just won't tell him everything. And the way that they were looking at one another, and I know it's acting, but it just felt like to me like, we want to look awkward as if we know what's going on, but we don't want to let everybody else know. that
Right.
we
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed with that, especially after last week's episode.
because she heard the voicemail, so she knows. Like, it's not going to be a rejection if she just steps up and says, like, hey, I like you too, or I heard your voicemail. Like, there's no rejection, fear of that happening. Like, he's going to say, I like you too, and done. But I think that would just make it too easy.
Yeah.
I think or at least I felt like wait, that's the next episode. Never mind. Oh, they're all running
That's the
together
next
now.
one. Yeah, I know. It's weird when they do two, then you're like, wait, no, that didn't happen. I have to wait. Anything else you guys want to say about this one before we move on?
I just thought it was pretty funny.
It was a good episode. I
Yeah.
liked it. I like that they even built like a fake ice rink for the shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So he can come skating off, like,
He's like on rollerblades.
Yeah. He's like, it was great. But
No, I think that's it. I mean, I think we talked about everything because now I want to connect the dots into the next episode.
I do too. Okay. Before we go on to the next episode, guys, like I said before, Serial Buddies is out for you guys to download. Go on iTunes. It is hilarious. If you haven't watched it yet, what are you waiting for, people? Come on. It's summer. This is the perfect summer movie. We loved it. We went to the movies and saw it together. Maria Menounos is in it. Kathy Lee Griffin.
Kathy Lee Gifford.
Gifford, sorry. I'm messing up on names tonight. This is horrible. Kathy Lee Gifford.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yes. Christopher
Beth Bears.
Beth Bears, yes. Amazing cast. Hilarious show. It's like Dexter meets Dumb and Dumber. And you guys, I know, love those kind of shows and that movie. So what are you waiting for? Go get it. Go on iTunes. Go on serialbuddies.com. Follow them on Twitter at serial_buddies. And then they have information on there as well. And go get it and leave us comments and tell us how much you love the movie too, because we want to know.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to the next episode, which is called New Bonnie Old Ben, Season 2, Episode 4. A lot of things happened in this one. It kind of connected, but we'll start with the, I guess, first thing and save the best for last. So Bonnie decides to move in, and she gets an apartment right across the hall from the boys.
Yeah.
I think she's so intertwined in their lives anyway.
Yeah.
That it's perfect that she rented the apartment right across the hall. Even though Ben really wasn't having it.
No.
Yeah. No.
And he pulled a lot of different antics to try and get her out. But, I mean, it just seems like it was typical.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, like, typical Bonnie Wheeler, another, like, crazy thing that she does is she's gonna, like, gonna live right across the hall from you. But she's there, like you said, 24/7 anyway, kind
Yeah.
of thing, it seems like.
Yeah. Well, but she's always there with the baby. And
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she may as well be across the hall.
Yeah.
You know, I think Ben should have just let her stay. That's a live-in babysitter.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Yeah.
he dropped her off I think the very first time we saw it, he went and dropped her off like, oh, I have to work early. Here's the baby. And she was like, oh, great. She loves Emma.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
cute.
I would just drop her off every day. Mom, here's the baby. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
See ya. Love ya. Bye.
I'm glad you live across the hall
Yeah.
from me.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it's across the hall and it's not back inside your apartment. Like, it's not like
Yeah.
she's packing up her suitcase and like, I'm here. Well, she sort of had to in the end, but you know, it's not like she started off like, I'm moving back in, boys, you know? They still have sort of a freedom.
Yeah. And she's like, well, I need my space. Well, she's not, like, in your apartment, like, living with you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know.
So the boys come up with a plan to kick her out.
Yes. She comes home with a date.
She does. With
Who, who she's like, oh, he's a pilot. He's a pilot. And, like, he ends up being, like, you know.
In the Air Force
in
or
the
in the
Air
Navy
Force.
or
He's like a
something.
colonel or something.
just basically wearing the uniform and like, yeah,
Yeah.
to make him seem bigger and like better than he is, kind of thing.
And it's funny how she was like, because they were arguing, her and Ben and Tucker were all arguing. And she's like, he comes back, he's like, well, I have all the time in the world, because she kind of wants them to like go away because
Yeah.
they're there. They like took like, you know, they want her to leave. So they're kind of just like taking over the apartment. And he's like, well, I have all the time in the world. She's like, well, I don't. Have you seen you?
Yeah.
I just thought that
Let's
was
go.
really funny.
Yeah. And I love how Tucker was like, your mom's taking a like long layover tonight or something. Like,
And he's like, hello, it's my mother.
yeah.
I
It's
think they just
funny.
need to set boundaries, though. Even though she was across the hall, I think they're all like too
Close.
yeah, not too close. I mean, I'm all for a close family, but they're like in each other's business 24/7 nonstop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
I can understand the brothers for sure, because you know, brothers, you know, whatever. And yeah, Bonnie she's a character though. That one. Imagine like having your mom that young. I mean, like having like their age. They're what in the show? Like in their 20s supposed to be, and their mom's
Right.
like what third? I don't know how old she's supposed to be in the show. Probably in her 30s.
Or like 40s.
Yeah,
I think
early
she like
Well,
mumbled
because
37.
The
or
cat,
something
the
like
cat,
that.
the cat ate her birth control pill.
Right, and she got pregnant at prom,
Right.
so she had to gotten pregnant at like 17.
Right.
I mean, she lives across the hall. She lives across the street. She's the manager. She's the babysitter. I'm like, oh gosh, you guys need to break it up just a little bit.
But all free stuff though. All the guys are getting it for free.
Yeah.
I think she's yeah. It's cute though. I mean, in their own way, but
Yeah. I think he did he actually, no, he got her evicted.
Yeah,
right?
he got, because he threw
Right, because they threw their party.
Okay.
the huge party to like piss her off, and then that got her evicted, and she was like homeless.
Right, because they wanted to throw the party originally at their apartment, and Tucker's like, do you not remember the last time we threw a party? There was like a notice saying next time we do it, we'll get evicted. So to get her evicted, because they don't want her there, they threw it at her apartment across the hall.
They did, and that's exactly what happened to her.
See, I think that goes back to separating.
Yeah.
Have a party somewhere else. Why do you have to have the party in the building?
Yeah.
And why was the baby at the party? That bothered
Strapped on
me.
like with a luau skirt. She was so cute. Well,
That
what
bothered
did we do with
me.
her?
Even though he didn't drink, why was the baby there? That means he doesn't go to the party. If you don't have a babysitter, you don't go to the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was across the hall.
Yeah.
Then
I
he
guess
should have
that's how
stayed
he
across
sees
the
it.
hall in his apartment taking care of the baby.
I thought it was cute that she was there, and they even gave her like a little hula skirt and her
She
little
looked like she was
carrier.
having a good time, you know? I don't know.
Sure she was.
She was having a blast. She's like, "What is this?"
I'd like to know
What?
where
What's
she
that?
was when the sprinkler system
Yeah.
went off.
Yeah. Where did
She
she
was
go?
there, wasn't she? She was strapped onto him.
Oh my god.
Was she still
Yeah, I
strapped
think
onto
she was
him?
still strapped onto him. It's not on this one, but I'm pretty sure she was still strapped onto him.
Huh.
Everyone go back and watch and let us know, but I'm pretty sure. I think she was getting wet with him. Like, everyone's getting wet and she's getting sprinkled on, too. I'm pretty sure she was still strapped on. We'll see if it comes back up, but...
I guess I'd like to know, do you guys think Ben went overboard? I mean, do you think he should have gone as hard to try and inconvenience his mom to make her move?
I think he did go overboard. You know, I mean, it is his mother, and she's there for him and stuff like that. So it's not like she was like moving into like his apartment in like his bedroom and like taking over. It just was like across the hall. So I think he did go overboard.
Yeah. I do agree, but at the end you can tell he felt so horrible because he did try to help her out.
Well, because she was gonna move at the end. She was gonna move in with her sister and her double wide or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something crazy.
Yeah. And then like she ends up moving like across the street, and I guess she's like spying on them with like binoculars.
Still so close. Like, that's the thing. He got her that apartment. He could have just like, because he's like, I got you. This is the lease or whatever. He could have just gotten a little further. He's like, they're like, what'd you do? Like, at the end, she's like, I see everybody. Take your feet off the table.
It could have been the same building, just not that apartment.
It's true.
Don't
It's
give her an
true.
apartment where she can look directly into your window. Like, get her on the other side of the building. That's fine too. But I
Yeah.
guess, I mean, that's just like her living across the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But
At least across the hall, she didn't see them.
Exactly.
inside.
She can't see through the
Yeah.
doors. But, I mean, you know, it's guys and how the guys think. But what'd you think? Did you think he went overboard?
I definitely think he went overboard. He should have let her stay, first off. I mean,
Yeah.
he works, he has a kid, he has roommates, they party, he has a social life. So they had all these things that they were doing. So it's not like he would be seeing her all day, every day. Or they could have made the boundaries where, you know, we come over for dinner or something like that. I don't think he should have made it a plan to have her evicted, basically.
Right.
I agree with you. Okay, moving on from the apartment topic. We have Milena, who's Danny's girlfriend, the supermodel. Yeah, he's trying to break up with her, and things go crazy.
Yeah, he's afraid of commitment. What else is new?
Right.
Typical guys.
And he's afraid to speak up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the whole thing with Riley, because he doesn't want to break up with Milena. He's scared to say it, and he's scared to say, like, I like you. He's just scared to talk, this boy.
That's what I wanted to connect at first, or the first time I said that. It's just like all over the place.
Yeah.
It's 3 episodes now where he can't speak up and say what it is that he's thinking.
It needs to change, Danny.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's get this together. You're a man. You're 6'6". You got life going for you. You're in some hockey team. We're doing okay. Let's get this together.
Well, the whole thing that happened with him getting engaged was because Riley, I guess Bonnie was staying with Riley
Yeah.
for a few weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and Riley was going through her jewelry, her stuff. I guess they were going through each other's stuff, and she found Nana the grandmother's ring.
Yes.
And she had her on like the finger, and she couldn't get it off. So I guess it's like she was trying to like get it off like the whole time, and she was like putting her like hand up. She's like, I need the swelling to go down.
Yeah.
You know, for it to. And then he finally got it off, and she gave it to him, and then like he turns around and he's like on one knee, and here comes Milena, the supermodel, like, oh my gosh, yes, I'll marry you.
And he didn't even say a word. He was like, I'm not asking you. And she's like, oh my God, I have to call my mom.
And that was all the language barrier, I think. You know, that's the international sign for will you marry me?
Especially if you're down on one knee with the like ring in your hand, there's no question.
Yeah.
What was he down on one knee though for?
Because
Did I miss
The
something?
ring fell under the couch.
Okay.
But I'm usually when you bend with two knees, but this was kind of convenient how he was down on one to check.
Maybe he was getting up,
Yeah, I think maybe he was
getting
about to get up,
and
and then she walks in.
and then he like turns around and there's the ring. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I could see where she comes from. I mean, if he's got the ring, he's not saying anything, so you know, it's like.
But he didn't seem excited at all.
No, not at all.
I think that was more desperation on her part. She's kind of
That's
like,
true, that's
oh,
true.
yes, there's a ring. She's one of those girls, you know,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
are waiting to get married. And she saw the ring, and it was just
Done.
in her head. She was already married, planning the wedding.
The
walking
wedding's already
down the
planned in
aisle.
her head. She's
Yeah.
already like planning the babies coming out and everything.
'Cause the first thing she said was, let me call my mom. Like, you didn't even hug him. Like you guys
nothing.
didn't talk about it. It just went.
And he didn't even say a word. He's literally just sitting there, and she's like, yes, oh my God, I'll marry you. But it was funny because, like, at that moment, Bonnie walks in, too, and she's like, hi, mother-in-law. She says something in her own language.
Mm-hmm.
And the mom's like, Bonnie's like, yeah, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. And then, like, she just, you know, like, all right, there goes your crazy girlfriend. But,
Yeah, Danny. He needs to speak up every single time, and it seems like he is in the middle of all
All the
these
time.
different issues and topics and everything, and like I think they're just kind of dragging this out where he doesn't speak his mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is where like all the conflict starts. Yep, with,
Yeah.
with Danny.
Yeah, I agree with you. He definitely needs to speak up and say what's on his mind because he gets himself in these crazy situations.
Yes, it's not just something small. Like last week, you had to steal a phone and break up
Yeah.
a dinner date. This week you're engaged. Like it's so much craziness with him.
Yeah, and it would all change. But it's fun craziness. Like, I kind of like seeing it, but at the same time, I'm like, speak up because I want to know what'll happen if you actually do say something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I liked how like Riley was like talking to Fitch, but at the same time she's like having like second thoughts on the relationship.
Yeah.
So like you know, maybe she's getting feelings for Danny.
Oh, yeah. I think she's had feelings for him, in my opinion.
I'm like yeah. I was like debating between him and like Ben.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I can't tell. Sometimes it switches more to one per episode.
Yeah.
Like, she kind of sways, but
I think in these last three though, it's been all Danny. Yeah, and she. Let me think. This episode, she was coaching him to be able to tell his girlfriend that he didn't want to be with her. They were actually trying to break up instead of become
married.
engaged.
Yeah.
And then, like you were talking about when she was FaceTiming him or video chat,
Yeah.
whatever they were doing, Danny had a shirt off. So she
Beautiful
was
scene.
distracted.
Yeah.
And she almost, forgot that she was talking to her boyfriend, and he's like, don't forget about me while I'm gone.
Right.
I think he actually
Could
sensed
tell.
that
Yeah.
something wasn't right with that conversation.
And then he's like, oh, I have to go, and she's like, okay, and then she like closes it like.
she's
really
like, all right,
good.
bye. Bye. And
Right.
she's like back to drooling over shirtless Danny Wheeler.
I would have called her back. You hung up too fast.
Like, what's going on over
Yeah,
there?
something's not right. You hung up too fast.
And doesn't the boyfriend wonder why is she always there? Like, where's her house? That's my question.
Yeah. Do we? I don't like. I've never seen her apartment.
No, I haven't
Me
either.
either.
I want to know, like, why? I mean, she's not babysitting Emma right now. Where's Emma? And why is
Yeah.
she always at their house just making breakfast, just coming over late at night to talk? Like, where does she live? Does she live in the same building? Is she across up on the third floor or something? Like, where's she at?
I have no clue.
We want to know these things.
Yeah, it is weird that she's always
Always there. Even when none of the guys are home, she's just, like, chilling like it's her house.
Yeah.
And the boyfriend's like, okay, yeah, you're over at their house. That's great. Let's video chat.
That makes no sense whatsoever. And I didn't even think about that. Why are you video chatting with your boyfriend at another guy's house?
Yeah, at two guys' house that you potentially like. Well, three guys, but two that you like.
And he knows that she likes Ben, or Ben likes her.
Fitch, yeah.
Yeah, Fitch knows that. So why is she there?
I stopped. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little weird because, I mean, I don't know. I don't really Skype other people from other people's houses. Doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl or who. You just don't. You spend time with whoever you're there with.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, Danny and Milena were a little busy in the bedroom, and I don't know where Ben or Tucker were at this moment, but it's just a little odd. Like, okay, I'm just going to Skype while you guys shower together.
Oh, well.
I'll be right here, guys. Don't worry.
After Ben and Melina, is it?
Milena.
After they actually were engaged, we can call it,
Yeah.
even though Danny did not consent. After they were engaged, Riley had to coach Danny to basically break up with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Danny was talking about how Melina had the powers and she could basically make him forget or do whatever he wanted to do. So then brings us to Riley, how she actually made him stop, like break up. I'm like, so this kiss was voluntary. They
Right.
both were into this kiss to get him to do what he wanted to do. I
Yeah.
wanted her at that moment after she kissed him and they broke up and she left Melina. That was the perfect opportunity to have your conversation.
I agree. And of course he didn't.
Well, I think they were about to, and then in comes, at that moment, in comes, like, they're at the balcony or whatever they are or whatever, and then in comes Fitch and surprises her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe they were about to, and then, you know, oh my God, my boyfriend's here from Africa. And then again, how did you just fly? Like, they were just in the shower, like, you know, you were in Africa like 10 hours ago. How did you just fly and show up at this apartment? You know, everyone's in the same clothes.
Yeah.
Maybe he was FaceTiming her from the airport.
That's
you
true.
can FaceTime anywhere.
You can
Or
FaceTime
even he was on the
anywhere.
plane. You never know
That's
because
true.
there's
There's
internet on the
FaceTime.
plane.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll let that one slide. That's fine. We'll let that one go. But I was like, how did you get here so fast? Because everyone's in the same. It's the same day. Like he just like, oh, I missed you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you said, I think he can tell that something's up, and he's like, I need to go get her back, or you know.
I think that's definitely why he came, because he felt or sensed something wasn't right. But then I guess that brings us back to, how did you get all this done in that amount of time?
Yeah,
right.
Get a flight booked and everything else.
Yeah, were you flying back? I want to know, what was the plan?
Maybe it was his plan all along.
Just
to
to
like
come
come
back and
back.
surprise
Yeah,
her?
and just surprise her.
That could happen. But I like it how she did say, like, oh, every girl has powers. And then, like, Daniel's like, no, Milena is the only one who can do that. And she's like, nope, she's not. And she, like, grabbed him and kissed him. And then Milena's like, oh, is it because of you two or whatever? And she's like, no, because I just wanted to do that so Danny can break up with you or whatever. But even Milena can sense something. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, I'd be a little pissed if somebody just grabbed my boyfriend who's wanting to break up with me and kissed him, and then they're like, oh, no, there's nothing going on. And it's like, are you sure about that? Because you just broke up with me after you kissed this girl.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. I don't think they didn't have to say, yes, it was because of the two of us. Because, you know, you don't want to make her feel that bad with her still
Right.
in the same room with you in the kitchen. I mean,
Yeah.
it's too many objects. Let's not go there. So I think they should have said no. But then right there, I mean, even while she was there, they could have had that conversation instead of waiting. Because it seems like, we don't know how much time, but a little bit of time passed before they went outside and actually started to talk about it.
Yeah.
So I think they just have to be a little more persistent. Like, go.
Say it.
Yeah.
And Milena didn't even seem that upset, really.
I don't even think she knew what was going on.
She was like, I was engaged 1 minute, and the ring's back, and now I'm just going home alone.
Yeah. I don't think
She's a
she
supermodel.
understood.
She'll get someone else.
Yeah.
She's not worried. But, yeah, it's true. I could see this whole Danny and Riley thing and Ben and Riley thing going along a lot longer.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like both episodes. I like that there was 2 new episodes.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know why they did that this week, but I'm not complaining about it.
No.
It was good.
I like the way it ended. I mean, it's keeping us on our toes.
Yeah, because it makes you want to watch to see who's she going to be with now or what's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Mhm.
Are they going to step up? Are they going to say something? And, like, she even, at the very end, like, right before Fitch walks in, like, seconds before, she says, like, oh, like, it's the first time we're both not in a relationship or something, like, we're both breaking up. Because she's like, I'm going to break up with Fitch. And there he comes, and she's like, oh, my God, I'm so happy to see you. It's like 2 seconds ago, you're just telling another guy you're breaking up with him.
Yeah. And
then he shows up with something. I don't know if he came with flowers or if it was just him, but she, like, forgot the fact.
Yeah.
Maybe she needs Danny to kiss her to remind her.
Yeah.
Use his powers. Mm-hmm. Do you remember what you have to do? But, yeah. Anything else you guys want to add?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think we wrapped up both episodes.
We did it, guys. It was 2 episodes for you. I hope you guys liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it too. It was good. It was fun. Oh, see, okay, it's going to come up, and then we'll see what happens when the baby's getting watered on. But, anyways.
Speaking of the baby, let's talk about news and gossip.
Let's go to news and gossip, talking about babies.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So everyone out there, news and gossip for this week, they're actually casting for new Emmas. They don't have the Emmas age with the show like Michelle did in Full House. They keep casting new triplets and twins, female girls. Let me read you guys the casting. If you guys know anybody who is a triplet or a twin female, 6 to 9 months, Caucasian, is an open casting call for ABC Family hit series Baby Daddy, casting immediately. Caucasian 6 to 9 month old female twins or triplets to play infant in hit ABC Family series. We know it's Baby Daddy. The series begins shooting in Los Angeles mid-July. Please submit a photograph and contact information to Carrie Snow, like snow's falling from the sky. So the email is babydaddyinfants@gmail.com. Again, the email is babydaddyinfants@gmail.com. Address it to Carrie, Carrie Snow. And send pictures of your 6 to 9 month old female twins or triplets, identical. And they need new babies for the show. Maybe your baby will be the Emma for season 3. So if you guys know anybody with twins or triplets, 6 to 9 months old, send them over. I think it's weird that they don't let Emma age with the show.
Yeah. I mean, is she going to be like 6 months old for like the next like 5 years?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she has to age at some point, you know,
Yeah.
but that's the news and gossip for y'all. If you know
I think
anybody.
that's the best news and gossip ever.
Yeah.
Somebody can get a job out of this.
Hello. And then let us know if you guys got it from our casting.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
Okay, let's move on to predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Me? Okay,
Sure.
I'll go first. I think eventually, hopefully, maybe Riley and Danny will give into their feelings. That's my prediction.
Okay.
And Tucker is just going to continue to be like this, like crazy.
The Tucker that he is.
The Tucker that he is.
I want to go last.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I don't know if Danny will step up or if Riley will step up to saying anything in the next episode. I think maybe Riley will start to pursue Ben and see if that will make Danny step up. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, you're not gonna say anything? Let me go flirt with your brother to see if now you'll say something. Because, you know, guys might get jealous. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like another guy, whatever, but brother, it's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
You need to get with me. I'm the better brother or whatever, you know. Guys and their egos.
I can see that.
Macho-ness.
I wanted to drop a bombshell. That was kind of what I was
Oh,
thinking.
really?
I'm going to change mine now.
Okay.
I think
Sorry about that.
I think Fitch will stick around more, and I think they'll develop more of a relationship because now she's kind of, you know, on the brink of, should I stay with him or should I break up with him? So I think they might develop like a deeper relationship, and then Danny, since he's single now,
Yeah.
will become the jealous one.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see that.
I got that, yeah.
Well, go ahead. Tell them where they can find you guys.
Well, I'm Anik Dufour, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at JustAnik, and my website, anikdufour.com.
I am on Twitter and Instagram as well. I am Kelli Taylor, and that's Kelli with an I.
I'm on all that, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. At Annika_Michelle for Twitter, and my website, AnnikkaMichelle.com. And also follow our show on Twitter at ABTV Baby Daddy on Twitter. Tweet us, follow us. Good times. Let us know what you guys think. You can connect with us there as well.
Yep.
Yes.
And we live tweet for the show every Wednesday during the show.
Yeah.
So look out for it. Our showtime, not New York, obviously. Well, thank you for joining us, guys.
Yay, thank you.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.